Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video was a really tough one. I had a lot of requests for a top 5 favorites video, and I dreaded doing one. I was like, don't want to do it, too tough. I have to narrow these things down, and that's almost impossible. But I just recently did like a decluttering of my makeup after I moved. I know, you're probably like, don't you do that before you move? No. Some people move all of their stuff and then they declutter. And so I just did like a major decluttering a lot. I was like, I'm not going to wear some of these like cool pink blushes, and what am I holding on to them for? So I got rid of a bunch of stuff, and that made it a little bit easier to narrow down what I really like and what my top 5 is. But the problem with doing these kind of videos is I could probably do one of these next year and you'd be like, it's totally different. I don't believe you. Because things really do change. Like, new products will come out, or something will stop working or stop looking the same on me, and then it falls off. Some have been around for quite a long time. Some are kind of newer discoveries over the years, but I will do my best to pick my top 5 from every makeup category. All of these have been reviewed on the blog and swatched and all that sort of thing, so this isn't going to be one of those videos. It's going to be like a quick talking point about each one, because if not, it'll be an hour and a half and you guys will be telling me the whole time, you talk way too long. And so therefore, I'm going to do it as fast as I can. But still, enough to so you get the gist of every product I'm talking about. All right, foundation. So I have more than 5 here, and that'll make up for the fact that I only have 2 or 3 of other categories. All right, the Lancome Tenti Doll 24-hour makeup. I don't know, I've never worn it for 24 hours, but I probably could. It's super matte, super smudge proof, sweat proof. This stuff just doesn't move. I have in the shade 140 Ivory. It's like an iconic foundation for a reason. The Dior Nude Air Serum Foundation in the shade 010. Dior foundations just really work for me. The color range is really meh, but the formulas are really yay! And this is absolutely beautiful. It's one of the few glowy foundations that really work well on my oily kind of combination skin. And though it's not really dewy glowy, it's this velvety glow. So when you put it on, you're not going to be like, oh, it's like a tacky, that really kind of fresh. No, it's more like a velvety glow. And another Dior foundation, the one I'm wearing today, the Forever foundation. This is their new Pore Refining one. I have it in the shade again, 010. It is just a very velvety, natural finish. It's not quite as matte as my Lancome Tenti Doll, but really just a beautiful foundation. All of these, when I apply it, it's just, I'm guaranteed a good skin day. Even if I'm not having a good skin day, I will be once I'm wearing these. The Cover Expert by Terry. Haven't pulled this one out in a while. In the shade Fair Beige, number 1. It is a velvety, kind of radiant finish. Velvety in the way that it has some matteness to it, but it's not like a flat matte. I don't really love a lot of stick foundations. Sometimes they just feel too heavy. They just look cakey. The Tom Ford Traceless Stick Foundation, nope. It's as great as everyone says. It took me some growing pains with this, but we have moved past that and we really love each other now. 1.5 Cream is my color. It is the fairest or palest shade that they make. Used to be another one, but that's the fairest now. The Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid in the shade Cream. Really, it's kind of like a watery texture. Very lightweight, but gives a lot of coverage. Dries down to more of a matte finish and very budge proof, doesn't really move once it's on. And the Shiseido Future Solution LX Foundation. And in the shade Very Light Ivory 100. This is a skincare-based foundation, and it is kind of my freshest, glowiest foundation that I like the most, because it really works well on my combination skin. Okay. Powders. I only have 3 powders, so that makes up for the fact that I had so many foundations. The La Mer loose powder, which I really love. The packaging has been changed. They've upped the price, gave you less. I know, it's such a bummer, but I still have a ton of my old ones, so I'm like holding on to it. I have the shade 05 Translucent. This isn't like the foundation that I want when I want a really matte finish. It's like kind of like that soft matte finish, and it does have some color to it. So if I have a foundation that's like hinging on it's getting too dark, oxidizing perhaps, I don't put that powder on top because it will get too dark. Then the Laura Mercier and the By Terry. Laura Mercier Universal Invisible Loose Setting Powder, great on any skin tone. That's what's great about this one. As well as the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. People always ask me, like, which would you pick? And I was like, I wouldn't pick. But if you have a gun to my head, first of all, that's not nice. And second of all, it's makeup, so don't do that. But if you were forcing me to choose, this is really, really matte. So if you were forcing me to choose in Arizona, I probably would go for the By Terry because it is the mattest of the matte. And if I was in other parts of the country, I'd probably go for the Laura Mercier because it's not as matte. I don't know, those are the 2 differences between them, but I wouldn't pick. I would always keep 2. And that's that. Eyeshadow primer, I only have 1, the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Sometimes I use the NARS one. I alternate between the 2. I frankly don't even know if there are more than these 2 eyeshadow primers out there in the world. Are there more? Are there more than these 2? Are there even 5 to choose from? I'm so like tunnel vision with those 2. I'm like, nope. You have an eyeshadow primer? I don't even want to try it. I'm like not very open-minded with that. I don't wear a lot of liquid eyeliners, but today I am. I'm wearing a liquid eyeliner. I don't do the flick or the cat eye or I just do it along my lash line. Because I can't do a liquid liner. Like I don't have the skills. But when I do want just a little bit of a thicker liner, I do love the Stila All Day. And then the new Sephora Fine Line 24-hour felt liner. This is quite fine. And the Stila one is really, really foolproof. If you have a shaky hand like myself or just can't seem to draw a line on next to your eyelashes to save your life, the Stila will really help you. All right, concealers. I do have 5 of those. And first, we are going with the By Terry Densalis Concealer in Fresh Fair. I'm sure you guys are like, yeah, we saw that one coming. It's a beautiful, creamy concealer. It's very, very peach, which I like. However, this is the lightest one, I believe, and it's not that light. So this doesn't give me like a ton of brightness under the eyes, but it does give very good coverage. It always just dissolves right into the skin. Not dissolves, but absorbs, disappears. It's never settles into fine lines, never settles into dryness. It's a beautiful formula. And we've got the Makeup Forever Ultra HD in the shade Y23. This is a newer formulation. It is full coverage. I'm talking like you can bring this on set. Put it in your makeup kit. It is heavy duty, but it is one of the only full coverage concealers I've ever tried. Like I used to really do the MAC pots and like, I'd be like, oh yeah, this blends in. Not compared. Now I know what blending in is. It's full coverage, but it's like gone into your skin. It's so amazing. The Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher, it's like the YSL Touche Éclat, but like 100 times better. And I have it in the shade number 1 Fair. It just gives brightness and concealing under the eyes. I bring that when I travel because it's just such an easy, it's kind of like both in one for me. The Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer in the shade Light. It's a very serum-y type concealer, but I really love it. It's very kind of lightweight and just really absorbs, disappears underneath the eyes. And I just love the color. This is a newer addition, the Bobbi Brown Retouching Wand with the little spongy tip at the top. I love this. In the shade Extra Light, it's so brightening for under the eyes and just hydrating, brightening, and concealing. It really rivals my Charlotte Tilbury. All right, lip liners. I don't wear them all the time, but when I do, I like the Marc Jacobs Primrose to deepen up a nude lip. I love the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, the Dior Grige liner, and the Urban Decay Naked 24/7 Glide liner. Okay, eyebrows. I've been using the Hourglass, brow sculpting pencil in soft brunette for years and years. It has that, edge to it, a little slanted edge, very waxy. It's one of the first brow products that I began using where I was like, out besides MAC, I used to use brow powder, like one of their eyeshadow powders. This is a beautiful formulation and I love the color. I also love the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Brow, even though the spoolie broke off. Don't like that. In the shade 02, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous formula. And then the Anastasia Brow Definer. It used to be skinny, right? This is the same one? Because now it's like slanted at the top and it's not so skinny. And in the shade medium brown. And then I have two IT Cosmetics ones that I really kind of go between. This is a really skinny pencil like the Anastasia, and this is the Your Brows But Better. And it's a universal color. Once again, I don't know how universal that is, but it works for me. And then Universal Taupe in their IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil. This is more of a waxy pencil. So those are the 5 that I really do enjoy. I'm getting hot just talking about this. I'm like, oh, I'm nervous. Did I get it? Did I get everything? I probably didn't. All right, blushes. Here we go. I'm going to try. I think these are my top 5. The Marc Jacobs Air Blush in Flesh and Fantasy. This is a newer addition to my lineup, but it's such a beautiful formula. And it's a nice, kind of more plummish, neutral blush, because I always tend to go for like peachy blushes or coral blushes, but that's kind of a little more neutral, which I like. The Too Faced Baby Love, or Love Flush in Baby Love. This is just it's a nice peach, but it's somewhat brown, so it's quite neutral, and it's just, I always travel with that, because it's just like, I don't even need to think about it kind of blush. The By Terry Densalist Blush in Platonic Blonde, the formula is magnificent, as By Terry formulas are, but this especially, that's what made this a favorite, is the texture, but I also love that color. When I do wear a pink, if I'm going to grab one, I do like the Coral Flower. I know you're like, it's coral, Mary. I'm like, no, it's pink. This is a really beautiful pink by Gucci, like I said, in Coral Flower. The formulation for Gucci blushes, beautiful. And then, this has been an old staple that I've worn for years. Burberry Tangerine Blush, number 6. I think I'm wearing it today. It's just a great neutral. You're going to be like, all your blushes look the same, and I'm going to be like, it's my video, so what? You asked for my top 5. Okay. Then let's go to bronzers. I don't have 5. Yeah, I do have 5 bronzers. I have the Bobbi Brown Golden Light Bronzing Powder. It's in a duo, but it's this one over here that I really enjoy. Not too shimmery, definitely a little bit lighter, good for paler skin. Then you've got the NARS Laguna. Obviously, that's not Laguna, it's this one. This is a duo, like a limited edition duo for a long time ago. But that's Laguna. I do like it. I have to be very light-handed with it. It is, but it's not very orange, which is why everyone loves Laguna. And then the Guerlain Terracotta Four Seasons. Is that what it's called? Terracotta Four Seasons in 00 Nude. I like it because it pops that little bit of pink that makes this a blushy bronzer. So that I don't need to put any type of like color right on the apples of my cheeks. And the formula, it is so finely milled. Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil in the light medium matte bronzer. Everyone needs a matte bronzer. This is, in my mind, the best. And then the Laura Mercier Bronze 02, that baked one she does. This feels like air. It's so lightweight, and the color is not too dark. It has a hint of shimmer, so it's just really an itch right here. I hope it's not a hair from a brush, like a rogue hair. Love this one. All right, if we're going to talk about highlighters, I mean, I just kind of grabbed, I probably could have really analyzed my collection a little bit better, but I just grabbed the ones where I'm like, yeah, I love those. And I only have 3. The Clé de Peau highlighter, number 14 is one that I wear a ton, but I really love all the Clé de Peau luminizing face enhancers or highlighters. The Bobbi Brown brightening finishing powder, this pastel one, and love this one. I love it more than as a highlighter, as like something to put dust over my cheeks just to bring down if I put too much blush on. I haven't worn that in forever. It was in a drawer that I forgot where it was, so I have to bring that back out. And Hourglass, it's like dusty because I just used it. I use this palette. I love the dim light, or the incandescent light more on my cheekbones. Sometimes the dim light just on my cheeks, just to give it a little bit of a glow. It's not too much of a highlight on me. The incandescent light is more of a highlight on me. But I just love the formula of the Hourglass ambient lighting. So I'm like, what have I not done? Okay, mascaras. Oh, yeah, I got 5 here. Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme mascara. Dior Show. Guerlain Maxi Lash. And Sicily. Yes. The brush on the Sicily. I have reviewed this on the blog. So go there to get a close-up shot of this wand because it's so weird. And if you've ever used this mascara, you know what I'm talking about. It is such a strange mascara. And I bet you hated it too when you first started. You're like, what's this mess? And then you were like, oh. And it became like, it blew your mind. Yeah, I know. Me too. So those are my top 5. And no, everything's down in the description box. I list everything in order so that you can kind of line it up to what I'm talking about in the video. So that'll make it a little more helpful. Red lipsticks. I've got the Bobbi Brown Art Stick in Sunset Orange. Sure, we know about this one. I've talked about it forever. Hourglass Liquid Lipstick in Raven. Still such a classic red for me. Gucci Iconic Red. It is the actual first red lipstick I always grab for. And then I forget that I have like 13,000 other ones and I have to force myself to like, oh, I need to use the other ones because I always go for Gucci Iconic Red. Tough Tomato, Rodin, R-O-D-I-N, the new lipstick that I talked about. Beautiful. When she releases more colors, I'll be first in line to get them because it's one of my favorite formulas ever. NARS Heat Wave. Yep. That is just so hot. Palettes. Let's talk eyeshadow palettes. I think you'd be surprised what I picked. I have the Urban Decay Naked Basics. Okay. So this is all matte. I just love it because it creates like just a really good like eye with a crease. Subtle. I love the matteness of it though. It's such a gorgeous matte when on the lid. Really. The Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. Haven't worn this in a while because it got stuck in a drawer, but when I was going through, I was like, oh yeah, I wear the heck out of this palette when it's not stuck in a drawer that I forgot about. I still have a hair on my face here. It's like itching my nose. Okay. The Stila Soul Palette. This has just so many good shades. It has a little brown, has a little plum, has some light, has some dark. It's beautiful. The Mark by Avon. The Dot palette. I mean, this thing is destroyed. I mean, I have used this the heck out of it, and I have a backup. This is how much I love this. On the Dot, this is the Neutrals palette. Yeah. It's so good. It is so good. Just all neutrals. They're all shimmer though, but it's so good for travel, and the formula is like no other. Lorac Pro Palette 3. Yep. This one is just stunning, and I wear it all the time. Okay. Cream eyeshadows. Chantecaille in Seashell. This is newer. It's a newer formula. It's beautiful. Tom Ford Platinum. Yes. This color is just a gorgeous kind of silvery taupe. Charlotte Tilbury, Marie Antoinette. Beautiful. Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill in number 6. This is much deeper and a little more green. And of course, the Armani Eyes tint in number 9. Oh, get this. If you get nothing else, get that eye tint. It's so beautiful. Jumbo eye pencils. The color Frozen Quartz in By Terry. It's kind of like I've worn it in tutorials. It's a little more kind of a rose gold champagne color. The texture is, those textures are amazing. Twilight by Nude Sticks. Really love this. Kind of like a shimmery taupe. Charlotte Tilbury in Dark Pearl. Really love this one. And this Sephora pencil in taupe. Just a silvery brown taupe color that's absolutely stunning. Solo shadow colors that I love. Gucci Starlight. You've been with me for a long time. Thank you, first of all. And you know about this color. I've done tutorials. I have basically beaten this color into everybody's head. I'm like, you all need this color by Gucci Starlight. It's perfect. Pale Barley by Burberry. Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody has it. Everybody loves it. Not everybody. I shouldn't say that. If you don't love it, that's okay. There's millions of things I don't love that everybody else does. The Pasiphae by NARS. Just always, just such a stunner. Clinique in Willow Pop. When I want a green. Beautiful. And the Chantecaille, the Chrome Luxe Eye Duos. It's not Monte Carlo. This is, I only have them in like the tester ones. This is how they sent it to me. They didn't send it to me in the case. I think it's Gardens of Marrakesh or something. I'll link it below. But this formula, the Luxe Chrome Eye Duos, just mind-blowing. Absolutely beautiful. All right, nude lips. I'm going to do my best. I hope this is everything. I hope. I mean, you guys made me choose. Hourglass lip gloss in Truth. One of the best lip gloss formulas out there. And Bare Minerals liquid lipstick in Slay, the matte liquid lipstick. It's a new one, but it needed to be in here. Lipstick Queen in Saint Pinky Nude. Love this color. Chantecaille Lip Chic in Daphne. Gorgeous neutral coral, but the formula is beautiful. Surratt Beauty in Chi Chi. It's this great kind of shimmer lipstick, and I hate shimmer lipsticks, and I love this. In this color especially. Clinique Nude Pop. Yes, I will never be without this color. Just perfection. Nude Sticks in Belle, the matte pencil. You can barely see it, but I have shown this on the blog. This is in my fall favorite lip video. And a new one by Terry, Rouge Expert Click Stick in number 2. It's hard to see, but it's like this just neutral, kind of a deep, dusty rose. I did it. I did them all. And it's very long, but I managed to get through them all. I think so. Every category. I probably missed one, but I don't think I did. So that is my top 5s. Like rounded up all into one video of makeup. If you're looking for new colors to try or anything, like I said, you may need to do some digging. Go to my blog, not my YouTube channel, but go to my blog and type whatever product is in the search bar, and it should pop up whatever post that's in or a video, and it should all be there. And so if you want more swatches or information on any of these, I definitely have it. And thank you guys for sticking with me for this long video, and I would love to hear if these are any of your top 5 favorites. You are welcome to list all your top 5 favorites in the comments if you want, or just a few. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.